Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. We're back on the Silver Cummins again here, Mitchell and I today, carrying on with the kind of more urgent now work to get the truck drivable so that I can take it down to my other place and continue to work on it and get it ready for a safety. So yesterday we got the driver's seat changed, we got the tank that's mounted on the truck mostly siphoned out of all the diesel and water and oil and whatever else you might want to call it. So today we're going to try and drop the tank down and maybe put the tank that I've been using in the bed on the truck. Hopefully get a gauge working would be nice. And then we're going to need a new fuel filler neck, which apparently you cannot buy anymore except Amazon or potentially Rock Auto. And a fuel sending unit to get a working gauge. Nobody has. So that might be interesting if that one doesn't work, but we'll get into that. And we'll see how far we get.
Okay, so here's the fuel tank here, and you can see the straps there.
One here and one down there. And now and way up in there, I don't know if the, oh yeah, up in there, there's a long stud and a rusty ass looking nut. Well, that's gonna be fun.
It always is.
I'm pretty sure they're, oh, this is actually too long.
We don't need to compensate today.
Overcompensating, apparently. Problem with these trucks is half of the stuff is imperial and half of the stuff is metric. That's a decent fit at 15. The problem is gonna be I don't have an intermediate extension length that's gonna work.
What?
When you have all the compensating extensions and it still isn't
And when you don't need to compensate, you're screwed.
This I don't think will reach the impact gun. Pretty close. Okay, this is going to be rust in the eyeball city, so
Good luck.
prepare yourself for that. Key is to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth so you don't just break the stud off. Then you're buggered. Good news is this was the rustier one, so the other one should be, yeah, it's all covered in oil, so that should be good. Okay, let's try this one. Now we might need the compensating extension. I don't know, it can still fit in there.
I hope it is. Let's see.
This one's like brand new. One advantage of having this fuel, oil, water disaster is it got put vegetable oil all over the bottom of the, mixed with diesel, all over the bottom of the box in this location, which keeps it from rusting. Okay, so that's both of those good to go. And it doesn't seem like it's got too much
Resistance either.
fuel in it, which is good, yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll put the jack under it just to hold it so we can get the straps out of the way, and then hopefully we can start to lower it down. I don't think it has any lines connected to it anymore per se, because I took the old lines off and ran new lines for the auxiliary tank. So okay, I'll get the jack in here. So now we will unbolt the straps completely and try and remove them. Up in there, the strap goes into a T-shaped slot, and the strap has to just, actually it's into position now, it should be able to just tip forward and slip out of there. And the same thing, can't see it from here, somewhere back there, same kind of T slot on the rear one as well. So you got to move the strap towards the middle of the truck, and then there it goes. Slide out. Definitely not much fuel in it, which is good. So, should be able to lower it down more now. I don't know if the sending unit wires or anything are still attached to it. But we also have to fight the filler neck and vent tube over the frame rail as well, so. You want to pass me the nation up close to your flashlight? I'll check on the top side and see if it looks like we're still connected or not. Is not.
See it? It looks to be empty up there.
It looks like there's no, at least not from this side, there's no wires connected to the sending unit, which is all I wanted to really.
I mean, the camera can see what's going on, but I can't really.
Okay, let's try and load it some more than I guess. Right?
Yeah. I guess there is a wire
Well, there should be one, I
on the
figured.
top of the sending unit there.
No idea how they come undone. That I think has to come out of there, which means I need a screwdriver or something. I think this has to. Yes. That has to come out.
There you go.
So, whether or not this looks like it's been hacked before too, that could be our problem with the fuel gauge alone. It's got a butt connector in here, which it should never have.
Oh yes.
Look at the sand.
Nice strobing from your flashlight.
Oh yeah.
You want to? Can we switch to my GoPro light?
All right, the tank's good to come out now. We got a whole pile of sand to clean out of here. That looks like new metal on the other hand. This is all
Not good.
This is all sand and road
Probably
crap.
why your parking brake doesn't work.
Oh, this is a wire
parking brakes on the outside here.
Oh.
But all right, let's get this crap tank in here.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, so this was added. That's another tube into the tank that's not supposed to be there. And then there's also just a hole there.
That's good.
So that's how there was water getting into it all the time.
This tank is garbage.
Tank itself, the plastic tank, I guess other than this hole, could be used, but we're not going to. My concern is if we have another tank that's the right shape to fit. So I guess the next challenge is to get the tank that's in there out, which means we have to siphon the fuel out of there that we put into there. And then we can put them side by side and just see what the differences are. If they're subtle, then we'll just go for it. But I think what we'll do before we bother putting the tank up is we'll do some testing on that sending unit and just see if the gauge works. Would be great. Or maybe this one we can clean if it's just gungy from the oil. Maybe we can clean the potentiometer or the rheostat and make it work again. I don't know. It could also work just fine and it's that stupid wire that's the problem. So we'll do some testing on that. But I guess the next thing then is to get this one out of here and see if we can find out if it'll work for us or not. It is a diesel tank and it is from a truck like this, but newer, so I don't know if it looks like it's similar. This part's a little different in shape, maybe. But anyway, we'll empty out the back of the truck here, disconnect this guy and slide him back, siphon the fuel out of it so that we can at least handle it. We don't have to take all of it out. Actually, we might even be able to carry it as is, we'll see. Get it on the ground here and start doing some testing and figuring. To work. Biggest issue is like the back half is fine. Biggest issue is this one's strap goes here, this one's strap goes here. So that's not gonna work. So this is for a short box. So that's what some of the things they were talking about. This is for a short box truck, extended cab short box. So the front support strap is further back on the truck because there's not as much box. So yeah, this one's not going to work.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, it would fit in there and we could put the strap around it and it would hold it, but it's not the proper fit for this truck. So I don't know if it's worth our effort to put in one that's not going to be right. So maybe I'll call the wrecking yard and see if we can get a tank.
Might be able to get a fuel filler neck too.
Yeah, possibly. That would be. Okay, so we're waiting on a call back from the scrapyard to see if they can get us a tank like that with a sending unit and a filler neck, or we can go and get it, whichever, if they've got one that's good. In the meantime, we're going to see if the gauge and fuel light issue is the sending unit or the wiring. So we'll take this sending unit out. It looks pretty good. I know it was diesel. And it's the tank we've been using. So I'm just gonna make sure no dirt goes in the tank in case we do want to use this tank even temporarily, which we could do. And we'll pull the sending unit out, and then we can try plugging it in and just see if anything happens. Well, the baffling mechanism works. This has got a whole pile of fuel in it still. I don't know how to get that out of there any faster.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh! I'm just supposed to dump it at the top. I guess I could do that. Where did it come out when I did that?
There's a hole in the side there.
Up here?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like. See the hole on that?
Oh, let's do that. Well, it's got lots of sludge inside it that we need to clean out. But we can now figure out if this works or not. Without getting dirt all over the rest of it. Okay, so that should let us plug it in. No problem, and also operate it to see if it works. Okay, so do you turn the key just on then? Everything should light up. Are you there? So you should have the fuel gauge reading 0 and the light on? The light on the fuel gauge? Oh, no, you don't have that. Let's go one more clip then. There it goes now. Light not showing. Let me try raising the float then and see if the gauge goes up. Okay. See, I knew it should be there. So let me try raising this and see if it goes out. And the gauge goes up. Anything?
No.
Try turning the key off and back on again. Still nothing and light on?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wonder if it's a wiring problem then.
Oh, it's coming up now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Quarter tank.
Ah?
Is that quarter tank? Your lights off.
Still rising?
Yeah. Half tank.
Nice. Still rising?
Yeah. Yeah, let's just stop.
What's that?
I think it's stopped now.
Where is it at?
About 3/4.
Huh.
Well, it's still moving a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna hold it all the way up and see if it goes all the way to full or not.
It's at 3/4.
Huh?
At 3/4.
Still sitting there?
Yeah, it's starting to move. Well, it was still moving all that time.
Oh, okay, just slow.
I think it stopped now.
I'll let it down to what I figure is halfway, see if it comes back down.
Yeah, it's coming back down.
Wow, okay.
Is that a quarter tank? Headed toward E.
Shouldn't be headed towards E. I'm at like half a tank right
Fuel lights on.
now. Okay. How about now?
Set it back up. Fuel light's still on for some reason. Fuel light's off.
Climbing?
Yeah, very slowly now.
Still climbing?
Yeah, it's pretty much stopped here at 3/4 again.
Okay. So, I'm guessing that's probably mostly non-use. Well, so at least we know that sending unit works to some degree.
All it means is that when you're on empty, you actually have quarter tank.
Yeah, well, I was at, I don't know how steady I was, but I was at like a half a tank when you said it was going down to E with the light on, so I don't know what that means. The sending unit could still be tired. So, I don't think I have any other ones. I guess we could open up that one and just see. I'm sure it's going to be the gungiest oil mess you've ever seen. Oh,
Wow,
way
okay.
too easy. What's up with that?
I could have got that for you.
That's okay.
That wasn't expected.
Not expecting it to. Although when it's soaked in oil, it doesn't really get stuck, I guess.
Oh Lord. It's a completely different design. Oh,
That's
boy.
why this gauge would never work. It's like steaming. Look at the goo.
Oh boy.
I have never seen anything that bad.
This is what happens when you run vegetable oil.
Right away, people in the comments are going to be like, no,
It's not.
This is what happens when you run, I believe, too much. And also, this was homemade, I believe, so who knows what the composition actually was. But if you run it, it's supposed to be a separate, usually, it's supposed to be a separate tank that it throttles how much it puts in. If you're going to put it into the diesel, it has to be a specific ratio, because you can't run straight vegetable oil and expect it to be fine. So, or whatever this actually is. It's also old too, which makes it worse, obviously. But yeah, so that would never work. That would never pick up any fuel. This also looks quite rusty at the same time. What I did want to see is if, pretty sure they are the same height. Because if we did get a tank like this to use from the yard, if it doesn't have a sending unit, or if the sending unit's no good, we can always use that one if it's the same depth, which I think it is. So
All we know is we can't use this one.
no, I wanted to see. I actually can't see. I don't know what I was looking at. I don't know what this other tube is for. It's not. Oh no, it isn't a liquid. So maybe it was another pickup that somebody tried along the way, because it wouldn't pull fuel because of that. But anyway, we're just gonna put that back in there and pretend we didn't see it, because nobody likes that. And we're gonna go on our merry way. But anyways, this tank is garbage. That sending unit is garbage. If the tank didn't have holes drilled in it, not that we couldn't fix those, then the tank could always be flushed out and it could be reused, but it's probably not worth the effort. So we'll wait a while here, maybe do some other things while we're waiting for a call, and then if we can get a tank like this, great. If it comes with a sending unit, even better. If not, we'll use that sending unit. It kind of works. It might work better once it gets some
Use?
cycles and some fuel on it again. If we can get a filler neck, that'd be great too, so we can actually put it all together today. Okay, so I guess honestly it would be worth, I think it'd be worth just seeing if this one works. Should we just put in one that we know works?
I just put in the one you know works.
This one's probably seized anyways if I had to
You can
guess.
test that one later on when we do the
Yeah.
blue truck.
Yeah. Trying to feed these through now. So we can get our wipers hooked up. Nope. Washer. Wiper plug. Okay, so let's double check that this one works before we go to the trouble of putting it all in.
You can go trigger
Probably in a second. I have to hold this in such a way that I'm not going to die. Okay, so turn the key all the way to on, and then just rotate the end one click forward and back. Okay. Yeah. So wait, I can set this so it won't eat stuff if it goes. Probably not. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Based on how much crap is in the plug, I would say not, but yeah. If this one doesn't work, then we have to trace a fuse problem. Try this other one now. See if we can not get the plug out of it. That's even tight enough to do it. It's gonna eat itself.
Yeah, this is gonna end well.
Another problem.
I heard it click out here.
No way. There's a relay that clicks that's part of the big heater.
Great. We fixed it. And guess what? It wasn't an electrical problem at all. It was a user error problem. We somewhere along the line, the plug there that controls the wiper system was not
Can't even get out now.
plugged in. So yeah.
So we will find a bolt for that, I guess. I don't know where the bolt went. Why there's no bolt in it. But we'll find that and then we'll be back. So let's get this one mounted then, I guess.
The one jet isn't firing either.
It was working, then it stopped. But both were, and then it stopped. So it's pissing out underneath, so it obviously freaking. Before we clip it on, let's press it in.
Yeah, that's better.
Sweet. Wipers,
Our completo.
check. Okay, so we're quickly running out of daylight as is tradition. After wasting a ridiculous amount of time trying to run some errands, we paid $80 for some fuel line, only one of the two sizes that we need. We were quoted $100 for a filler neck, a used one, and $350 for a tank, which they don't even have one of. So we're not doing any of that. I'm going to order the $70 Amazon filler neck, which is new, and we're going to put this tank on with this sender, which kind of has a working gauge, and call it a day until such time as I can find one of those tanks in good shape for under $100 preferably, or we decide to steal the one from the blue truck, which I would rather not do, but we can. So we're running out of time here, so we're going to put this sending unit back in where it was and put this tank back in the bed just for now so we can hook it back up and the truck's mobile again. And then hopefully next week we'll have a couple of days where we can get this mounted to the truck, run new lines, probably replace the fuel filter with one that I have, and then finish up the other seat and seatbelt and the brake light switch circuit, and then the truck should be, minus a shutdown solenoid I guess, should be ready to drive wherever I need it to work on it. We never talked about it before, I guess, but I did get a new windshield put in a couple weeks ago, and they put this slider window out of the other cab into this truck. But this, they didn't have a new seal, and they don't make, nobody makes new seals for the original Chrysler sliding windows. So this is the old dried out seal, which their comment was it might leak. So if it leaks, I have to take it back and they'll just urethane the whole thing, or I try and get a new seal, but as of yet nobody makes new seals, so I need to keep an eye on it too to see if water is going in. I need to stop that obviously if it is, but for now we've got a window in it because this was the one that was open before, and it is the slider, so that when I put the cap on we can go through, or at least pass things through to the cap. So yeah, let's do this and get cleaned up, and then that'll be about all we have time for today. Put the nuts back on the studs for the straps. And that's it for the truck itself.
try it naked first.
See what it'll do?
Gotta remember to hook that up too.
Before we go to latch the hood.
Smoke coming out the back, that's still a problem. You've been watching GB Productions. Subscribe to see more content just like this.